All right, let's dive into this wild story that's been making the rounds, a car slamming into the brand new $20 million JackJumpers High Performance Centre in Kingston. Sounds like something out of an action movie, right? But here's the thing, this isn't Hollywood. It's real life, and it's got me thinking about a lot more than just the crash itself. First off, the timing of this is wild. The facility just opened its doors on Thursday after years of planning and construction. Years. And then just days later, someone decides to drive a 1999 Commodore station wagon straight into it. Personally, I think this raises a bigger question. What's the story behind the driver? Was this a random act of recklessness, or is there something deeper going on? What many people don't realize is that these kinds of incidents often have a backstory, frustration, desperation, or maybe even something completely unexpected. Now, let's talk about the chase. Police tried to intercept the car around 10 p.m. on Kingston View Drive, but the driver allegedly evaded them. Here's where it gets interesting. Tasmania Police insists they weren't pursuing the vehicle at the time of the crash. But if you take a step back and think about it, why would someone flee from the police if they weren't already in a high-stress situation? In my opinion, this detail is crucial. It suggests the driver was either panicking or trying to avoid something bigger than a traffic stop. The crash itself is bizarre. The car didn't just collide with the building, it drove across a grassed area first. One thing that immediately stands out is the level of intent here. Was this a deliberate act or just a chaotic accident? The damage was relatively minor, a retaining wall and a window frame, but what this really suggests is that the driver might not have been aiming for maximum destruction. Or maybe they just weren't thinking clearly. What makes this really interesting is the aftermath. A male occupant fled on foot, and police are now appealing for witnesses. But here's the kicker. This happened at night in Kingston, and the car was seen driving erratically. If you've ever been in a situation where you've witnessed something like this, you know how chaotic it can feel. From my perspective, the fact that no one was injured is almost miraculous. But it also raises a deeper question. How often do these kinds of incidents happen without us even realizing it? A detail I find fascinating is the car itself, a 1999 Commodore station wagon. That's not exactly a high-speed getaway vehicle. Personally, I think this adds another layer to the story. Was this someone who couldn't afford a better car, or was it a deliberate choice to avoid drawing attention? What this really suggests is that the driver might not have been a seasoned criminal, but someone acting out of desperation or poor judgment. Finally, let's talk about the bigger picture. This incident happened at a $20 million facility, just days after its grand opening. In my opinion, this isn't just about the crash. It's about the vulnerability of public spaces and the unpredictability of human behavior. If you take a step back and think about it, how many times have we seen similar stories where a single act of recklessness disrupts something that took years to build? So, here's my closing thought. What does this incident say about our society? Is it a one-off event or a symptom of something larger? Personally, I think it's a reminder that even the most carefully planned projects can be derailed by the unpredictable actions of one person. And that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about the crash. It's about the questions it leaves us with. What do you think? Was this just a random act, or is there more to this story? Let me know in the comments below.